Hi, how are you today? So we've got a lot to cover. Basically, what we'll be doing is a follow-up at Abuela's request. Thank you, Goth Abuela, also known as the Echo Park Lady. She requested a follow-up to some questions, and I am here to provide those answers and a response. Today, what we will be going over is a recap of the Toxic TikTok Unveiled post of Don Chuy's Live About Mono, featuring teenager number 1. Then we'll be doing a recap of the first live I did on this. We'll also be doing a response to the LA Goth Abuela, also known as Echo Park Lady, as well as showing proof that I was friends with Mono November 2023. I'll also be showing proof that I blocked Mono May 2024. I also will be showing proof that Mono claims I am a pretendian, and I'll be showing proof that Mono admitted to discussing living together with teenager number 1, as well as proof that Abuela was aware of Mono saying this and is still gaslighting me to help him cover his tracks and enabling a middle-aged man preying on teenagers, in my opinion, as well as proof that Mono was aware he was talking to 2 teens, and last but not least, we have a voice recording from Mono himself from his Snapchat group where he admits to considering a relationship with teen number 1. Alrighty, are you ready? I am going to roll my intro and then we will get right on into it. Thank you for joining me today. Hi, my name is Alexis, also known as Lexi or DeadChild. I was born deaf, hard of hearing. I began doing business as DeadChild 2013, marketing 2011, sales 2009. I've earned 50 plus certifications in marketing and sales. My Bachelor of Science from Loyola University, New Orleans, with a music industry studies major and a business administration minor. Deafness runs in my family genetically. Speech is not fully accessible to me. Anyway, I'm here to bitch about whatever the fuck is on my mind. So here we go. Visit my site at noladeafchild.com. Alrighty, let's get right on in here. So first of all, we're just going to do a little recap of the last live stream I did, and we'll be using the timestamps for this live stream. So in my last live stream, what I did was I showed you guys photos of my father. I also showed you guys proof of my lineage, as well as proof that I have had my lineage verified from tribes I descend from. So y'all can go see that proof there. And if anyone needs to see it again privately, email me if you're Native American. Now, so I showed my genealogy. I also had linked here Senegamaka Algonquian oral history so that you can understand my family history better, as well as the importance of why you dismissing our tribal sovereignty and dismissing descendants from these tribes, I feel, is extremely problematic, and also could jeopardize recognition if normalized for all Native Americans. And we'll discuss that more too in this live stream at the end here. Well, in my commentary. Well, maybe I have my links at the end right here, but I'll probably be discussing this with the Abuela comment. Anyway, I also showed where I told Mono that he should not be talking to teenagers. We did a reaction to the Toxic TikTok Unveiled video. We also, I think there's a helicopter flying by my house. We also did a timestamp here where people were discussing that they know that Cyber Cheese is teen 2. And we also went over the post that I made on TikTok about this. In those posts, I showed you screenshots from Mono's Snapchat group and proof that he previously told me he was 35 2 years ago. And he removed me from his groups because I am against him talking to teenagers, which is very telling. And, yeah. And the post that I made on his Snapchat, it might automatically play. Let's see here. No, not automatically playing, but I don't see a way to mute it. That's interesting. I wonder why the mute button isn't popping up here. Anyway, so on here, on Snapchat, I had showed the Snapchat post wherever he removed me, and he literally removed me because I told him, he said he was willing to lay down his life for Native women, and I said, good, then you can stop talking to teenagers. And that's when he removed me for saying, good, stop talking to teenagers. I also showed proof of what I had said on TikTok about him. I basically gave 10 reasons as to why I was blocking him again and why I had blocked him previously. And I showed proof of where he told me he was 35. And I showed where he removed me from his TikTok group. And I also showed I don't know why this is doing like that. Okay. I also showed where he admitted that he was talking to her. He said he stopped talking to her. And I also showed here what I had said about the situation, everything that I had said related to it. And right here, he is admitting, right here, where they discuss that, right here, I said where he admits and backs up that they discuss living together, where it comes to the part about her moving there. They had been discussing that. And he told me point blank over Snapchat. And what's funny is Abuela was fucking there for that. Abuela was in that call too, man, and she's gaslighting me on it. But anyway, you know what? We're going to get to all of that. Sorry, I'm going to show you all my screenshots. More of those screenshots in a bit. But yes, I had previously posted those things on my TikTok page. Now, let's see. Here we go. Sorry, that's where I picked off. I also continued from there a reaction onto Mono's live from December 12th, the night into the early morning of December 13th. In that live, I felt he weaponized MMIW movement to attack natives and engage with teenagers. He claimed he would lay down his life for indigenous women, but not talking to teenagers is where he drew a line. And then, let's see. He also claimed that teenager number one's statement was rehearsed in coach. He dots teenager number one's real name, calls her conniving, says she wants to play with the big dogs. Mono then says there's people are lying, fabricating, conniving, etc. Mono claims that they just hate him and are jealous. And then Goth Abuela says if you take a side, you're full of shit. Well, she takes Mono's side. Also, in these live streams, Abuela kept telling Mono to be quiet, not to say anymore. Mono said he stands with his sisters, unless they ask him to not develop relationships with teens, because he didn't stand by me. And I'm pretty sure Mono said that teen one didn't want family to know, if I heard that right. Goth Abuela said that people taking sides are petty, full of shit, this is bullshit, and you're a stupid motherfucker if you agree. And I think she's referencing if you agree Mono shouldn't be talking to those teens. And then here, I also go into the reaction to parts of Mono's live from December 13th night into the early morning of December 14th. I said, from here, is Mono claiming he's being attacked for standing with sisters when he won't stop talking to teenagers? He still seems to be weaponizing MMIW to me. He said it will lay down his life for natives, as long as he can talk to teens. They call Cyber Cheese, which is teen number 2, and she is a black teenager alleged to be Mono's girlfriend. They call her Moldy Cheese in this live stream. They also call her Dollar Store Cheese. And then I believe they call him his wifey. After that, in my opinion, they mock Pahutanagonkian Kikitawomak Wangapo, which means hello. After that, they keep calling Teen 2 Moldy Cheese again, and these are grown-ass women, by the way. And then I think they're still calling her Moldy Cheese while still referring to her as Mono's wife here. And then Mono says to her, back to you, my caramel. They also call her Rotten Caramel. And then Mono calls her his caramel queen. And it sounds like he's calling her his baby there too. And then also, the adults continue calling this teenager Moldy Cheese. And again, these are all Native American people who are more light-skinned, calling the only black teenager. I feel like 19, you know when Britney Spears wrote that song, and it's like, what is it? It's like, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman, something like that. I fucking forget the lyrics, but Something like that. You know what I mean? Like that concept, right? I feel like that's when you're 18 and 19 years old of teenagehood. It's like the last of your teenage years and the transition between girlhood and womanhood, you know? But yes. And so that was my live stream. All right. Then let's do a recap here on the TikTok Unveiled live stream. And we can see the transcript here that I will be kind of going through real quick, just a little bit to give y'all this recap. So basically first, whatever this AI thing gives like this little introduction saying that Mana was grooming or whatever. And then here we have Tiana up on here telling her story on Don Chuy's live about how she felt like he did not sexualize her the first year, but after that he was discussing that he wanted children with her. She also claims in here that they were discussing the fact he wanted her to meet up with him, and that is discussed in here as well. And a lot more is discussed as well in here in terms of, she also says that he was the one convincing her as well to maintain a lie about her age. Those allegations are made in here in this live stream that we covered and reviewed. Okay? All right. And the transcript can kind of give you that rough summary as well if you want to read through the transcript, but it's linked in the description of this video, and that's kind of it in a nutshell, or I'm going to be here all day. So, moving on, let's address Abuela. Abuela says, "Dear dead child." First of all, it's deaf child. Get it right. Do you have a receipt for the conversation where he says they are moving in together? I do, and I'm about to show you. I do believe you pontificate here. Abuela, you think I'm pontificating, which is basically another word for saying she thinks I'm on my high horse, or she thinks that I'm being too judgmental. So she thinks I'm being too judgmental for being against a middle-aged man engaging in these types of conversations with teenagers, but she doesn't think she's pontificating for saying that people against us are stupid motherfuckers. Got it. Got it. This says, we all know Mano's confidant and longtime friend. It's not you. Stick to the facts. Don't add sauce because you feel slighted or triggered. I made it very clear to you we are all triggered, but we ain't gonna lie for no one. I have told no lies. I've only shown you guys evidence here and had reaction and commentary, which is legal under fair use law, and recording conversations from Louisiana, the state I'm in, is a first party state, which is legal for me to do as long as I have my own consent. Now, I have told no lies. Is this an admission to you that you're admitting that you are lying? Are you admitting that you are lying? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. So, let's look here. First of all, in November 22nd, 2023, Mano had me text him. He wanted me to have his real number. He sent me his number and said text me, and I texted him. Okay? So, let's establish that. Some people consider 2 years a long time ago. Some people would not consider 2 years a long time ago. Whether or not you consider 2 years a long time ago is up to you. However, I never claimed I was his longtime friend. I just claimed we were previously friends, which is true. Okay? Here, Mano himself says, did good for my spirit, especially to have you there. It meant the world to me because you have been there all day for me. You're the real MVP. He also says, you're a friend, sister for life. Mano Nation appreciates you. You're forever invited to Mano Land and are soon to open casino and resort. Okay, so, are you saying Mano is a liar? Is that what you're saying, Abuela? Abuela, are you saying Mano is a liar, or are you saying you're a liar, Abuela? Just curious. I'm just curious. And you know the reason you haven't seen me around, Abuela? Because looky here. Looky here. May 26, 2024, I blocked him. Yeah. Yeah, you know why I blocked him? For the reasons that I listed in my previous live stream as well as on my TikTok page, which I blocked you on, Abuela. You know why I blocked you, Abuela? Because I don't consider you safe to be around. And so, yeah, I removed you from my space. Because why would I allow that in my space? You know what I'm saying? So here, you can see you are blocked. Okie dokie? Blocky block, Abuela. Woo! It's a great button. You should try it. Okay. The reason I blocked you, Abuela, is I feel you are enabling a man to engage with relations with teenagers, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable. Okie dokie. I'm so glad we cleared that up. So glad. Now, what do we have here? Oh, look. What we have here is a conversation in which Mono claims that I'm a pretendian white woman. Oh, so you think it's okay for Mono to make statements without claims, Abuela? You've been backing Mono because I heard you were in some of these group calls where Mono was claiming I'm a pretendian white woman. Now, my mama's white, so you can say I'm white all day, but when you look at my dad, that's just racist of you now, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, I've already proven in my previous live stream how I'm indigenous. And so now I want to discuss why negating tribal sovereignty for Powhatan nations is inappropriate. You see, the Mattaponi Reservation and the Pamunkey Reservation have the very first two treaties established in the United States territory regarding tribal sovereignty and establishment of land protections for indigenous people. If you start invalidating Powhatans, then what you're doing is opening the door and normalizing a society which invalidates every single tribal nation. Because I already showed you guys how my ancestry and lineage is verified by the communities I descend from. All right? Y'all really want to go there? Y'all can go there. Great. Now, so glad we covered that up. And Mono thinks I'm Judge Judy over here. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Now, Abuela, she wants to know, when did Mono admit it? So here, let's read this. I had said, if the text showed everything you said they would show, you should be all right. But it will get dicey when it comes to the part about her moving there. I don't know if that will go well for you. And not to be dogpiling, but just straight up an analysis of the situation is what I said. What did Mono say back to me? He said, I know what you mean. Did he say that's not what happened? No, he said, I know what you mean. Right here. Okay, and then he said, though she is the one who brought it up. However, I've already discussed, I don't give a fuck. If a teenager brings some shit up, the adult should fucking know better. Okay? Now, and he had the impression of her being a legal adult because he thought she was 18, but even still, I do not believe men in their mid-30s, 40s should be engaging this way with a teenager. Alrighty? Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And then he also said to me, but you know what? She said she would move out here in 2026. Now it makes sense because she is 18. So she said 2026, knowing she would have been 18. So therefore, if she brings it up, she can be in reference of her wanting to visit my hometown at 18 and not 17. Interesting. Interesting is what he said, right? Okay. And remember, you're in this call, Abuela. Here's your little profile picture right here. And right here it says Lagoth, join the call. And this fucking call is where I asked Mono point blank period. Is there anything you said to her that in any way, shape, or form implies a relationship, and he replied that he discussed living with her. That he discussed her moving there. You were in that call, Abuela. Were you not paying attention, or are you intentionally gaslighting me and dismissing what happened? Okay. And if that's not what happened, why wouldn't Mono clear that up in the conversation when we had it? Okay. Got it, Abuela. Got it, Abuela. Okay. Now again, another part of this conversation here. Again, Mono admits to talking to Tiana. He said, because Tiana and I was talking at one point. And right here where he says, I'm not with you, I'm not willing to reveal my source yet, but trust and believe I do have evidence. And if push comes to shove of a source on this, if it goes to court, that will come out. And also, going back to the friendship comment, Abuela, because I already showed you here, November 2023, long time ago, right? I also showed you right here. I'm a friend, sister for life. Friend, sister for life. I'm the real MVP because I was there all day for him back in the day. I'm the real MVP. Yep. That's what the fuck he said. So, also, right here, I'm going to cover some of this up. On the charger. Let me cover some of this up here. Hold on. Can you see? What can you see? Okay. And so Mono back in the day was texting me some real fuck shit about his childhood as well. And I'm not going to put all of that out there, but I will just say, if you want to take that to court, I don't know if it's going to hold up because it's going to make Mono look like a liar, and it would make Goth Abuela look like a liar as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if you want to claim he was never my friend, then why would he tell me he was my friend? So is he a liar or you a liar, Abuela? You let me know. You let me know which one of you is a fucking liar. All right, so let's just recap what we've covered so far. Let's just recap. We have covered the recap of the toxic TikTok Unveiled post on Don Chuy's live. We have covered the recap of the first live I did on this. We have started a response to Goth Abuela, also known as Echo Park Lady. I've shown proof I was friends with Mono November 2023. I showed proof I blocked Mono May 2024. I've shown proof Mono claims I'm a pretendian. I've shown proof Mono admitted to discussing living together with teen number 1. I've shown proof that Abuela was aware of Mono saying this and is still gaslighting me to help him cover his tracks in my opinion and enabling a middle-aged man preying on teenagers. I've also shown proof that Mono was aware he was talking to 2 teens. I've shown, and here we go, now to the last part. Let's get into the voice recording, and I'll let you guys come to your own conclusions on this. Alrighty? Okay, let's see here.
Look, if she is 18 now, which she told everybody that she was already 18 then, I have those receipts. She told everyone that. Why am I responsible for that? They did her genealogy. Elsie, you know what I mean? And that's all it was. It was just her in the group.
So all I'm saying, now, I've said over and over, I do not think that Mono is a pedophile. I only see why people call him that. I think he's a predator, and he is the different labels for what he actually is, right? And so he's harping on whether or not she's 16 or 18 for that legal reason, but I don't give a fuck about that, because whether she's 16 or 18, to me, he should not be engaging in that way with her, okay?
Like, there was no romance, there was no nothing.
Notice though, he does go back and forth on this because previously, right now he's saying there was no romance, there was no nothing. Where is it? But right here he said, because Tiana and I was talking at one point, right? Okay, hold on.
There was no nothing at all. It was only up to, I want to say October. We talked for a little bit, and then that didn't go nowhere.
So first he said nothing happened. Now he's saying again, up until October we talked for a bit, but it didn't go anywhere. Isn't that confusing?
Because I told her, look, I don't see it going anywhere. You know what I mean? And I think this is why she's doing this, because I didn't want to be with her, bro. That's the honest to God truth. I didn't want to be with her.
He said this exact same thing, word for word, in the Nahimana situation, in my opinion. I accidentally skipped forward. God damn it. Or no, I think I skipped back. Okay, I'm gonna try right here.
To God truth, I didn't want to be with her. You can ask Cyber Cheese. I talked to Cyber Cheese about it. I showed her all the missed calls. She once called me like 10.
So notice right now, Mono is validating Cyber Cheese as a valid source. Okay? I just want to put that out there. Right now, Mono is validating Cyber Cheese as a valid source. Okay.
15 straight times. Like, I didn't want to talk to her. And then I told her, look, I don't see you like that. Like, yeah, we talked a little bit.
So now he's admitting again, yeah, we did talk a little bit. So even if he really did change his mind about not seeing her, the fact that he even was okay with talking to her for a little bit bothers me.
We kind of flirted with the thought of being together.
He's just now saying they flirted with the thought of being together. A man in his 30s to 40s should not be flirting with the thought of being with an 18-year-old, in my opinion.
But I was like, it's just not going to work. You're over there in Texas. You said you're going to college over there. You said you don't want to transfer to Fresno State University after all. So there's really nothing there. Because I don't want to leave California. I'm from here.
And then the reasons he gives is because, it just wouldn't work out for the location?
I don't want to live here. I don't want to leave here. And I wasn't going to go out there for no booty call, because I'm not about that either. So that's the truth. I think they got her riled up. If anything, they're the ones that are grooming her. She's still over there, like the police officer told me today. He said if you were the one grooming her, she would still be with you right now.
I don't believe, if a police officer actually said that, that's a really, really incredibly ignorant police officer, in my opinion. But I have a hard time believing that, because somebody could be groomed but not still be with the person that groomed them. That literally does not correlate. You can groom somebody and they can still leave you. Like, that groom does not mean they stay with you forever, okay? Like, that does not make sense to me.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, she's over there. And then he looked at me and smiled and laughed and said, well, then who's grooming who?
So, yeah. I mean, I do believe that it is possible for police officers to treat these types of situations extremely carelessly because they're fucking police officers. However, right now he's admitting that the police officer didn't give a fuck about his job or the gravity of the situation. So would that imply an impartial investigation? Or, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, Abuela, we have shown receipts for the conversation with Mono. I've also shown receipt for how you were in the phone call where I asked him point blank period. Now, and you're telling me that I pontificate because I'm against a middle-aged man talking to teenagers, but you don't think you're pontificating for supporting a middle-aged man talking to teenagers while saying anybody against it is a stupid motherfucker? Got it. Okay. And then you're saying that Mono is lying about me being his longtime friend when he told me that I was his friend's sister for life. Got it. You're telling me that Mono is a liar. Then you're saying stick to the facts, don't add sauce because you feel slighted or triggered. What sauce did I added? Wait, that's not right words. What sauce did I add? Literally, I've shown you guys the evidence and source material for different things I have said. The things that I have not shown proof for, trust and believe I got the proof. Yeah. Okay. But, so you're saying we're not going to lie for no one, but you are proving here that you did lie. Because look right here. That makes no sense. So are you saying you're a liar, or are you saying Mono is a liar? Which one is it? So for these reasons, I do not feel that Abuela, Echo Park Lady, La Goth Abuela is a safe person to know or be around. I do not feel that Mono is a safe person to know or be around. I don't feel that anybody who upholds a culture of normalizing middle-aged men trying to have relationships with teenagers, whether they be 18 or 19, I don't think that's inappropriate. I believe that normalizes a culture of weaponizing power dynamics over young adults, and it really makes me uncomfortable. When you look at the video, like, I really do believe that girl had a situation that really caused her distress when it came to the Mono altercation. And I don't agree with victim blaming. So for those reasons, you know, I'm going to hide you from this channel. You're not welcome here, Abuela. You're not welcome here. And I've blocked you because I do not feel you're safe to know. Okay? Don't ever contact me again. Same for you, Mono. Don't contact me. I'm not interested. Okay? And Mono, you really need to stop telling people that I'm a pretendian. I can prove that I'm indigenous, but I've never seen you prove you're indigenous. Alright? I definitely believe you have the ancestry as you present indigenous. However, so for that reason, it wouldn't surprise me if you were. However, because you never proved that you are, it wouldn't surprise me that you weren't. It wouldn't surprise me either way. I don't care if you are or not. I just think that if you continue to invalidate people who are actually verified by their community, what you do is open the door to normalize colonial organizations doing the same. Because if not even Native Americans claim each other, how is the government going to? Okay. I also believe it's extremely disrespectful to the missing and murdered indigenous woman movement to be disrespecting women the way you do, to utilize the movement to normalize engaging in relationships with teenagers. And another fucking thing, where you're literally sitting here like, even if she's a grown-ass woman, the fuck is it anyone's business? Okay. Got it. So Mono doesn't think that it's anybody's business. Okay. Alright, and Mono claims he is single. Okay. I told a certain person I wouldn't reveal screenshots yet. But if push comes to shove, I have them. And I will reveal them if I have to. Okay? I have the screenshots. I have the sources. If I have to reveal it, push comes to shove, I will. And I can take that to court if you want to sue me for defamation for claiming that or something. I'll take that to court. I've got the screenshots. Now, I'm rambling a lot. Y'all get the fucking point. Thank you for your time. Thank you for visiting with me today. I appreciate you. I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to wrap this bitch up now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, yeah. Why keep it going when there's no reason to? You know what I mean? Alrighty. Okie dokie. Bye. Thanks for watching. Join the loyalty program at noladeadchild.com/loyalty and check in during live streams to get points for rewards.